live. So, hey, I've got the one and the only Dave Daley back on with me. Dave, how you doing, man?
Hey, man, Big Ken, how are you, pal? Good to see you.
I'm good, man. I had you on Breakthrough Walls, what, a week and a half ago, whatever, what week ago? I don't remember.
I
about a
know,
week or so
yeah,
ago.
about that. Yep.
Yeah. And we were, you and I were talking afterwards, about eating and health and all kinds of stuff. And you shared with me some information that I'm like, holy crap, dude, we need to get that out to the world. So I'm pretty excited for you to share your story, and I'm going to give you full screen too when you're talking. So but because I've had Andy Frisella on the show. He's a great guy. He inspired my wife and I to do 75 hard. That was in July of 2019 ish, somewhere in there. And we did it, and we completed 75 hard, both of us, all the way through. We did it on vacation, dude. It was brutal. Because you 2 45-minute workouts. One has to be outside no matter what. You're drinking a gallon of water. You're pissing 2 gallons of water. It's crazy, man. Like it's intense. It's not that difficult. What's difficult is being consistent every single day for 75 days.
Yep.
And so, and then COVID hit and became very sedentary. Hey, we got some people joining. Bruce Mills, how you doing, brother? Good to see you. Thank you for sharing this out. Listen, Scott Ricard is joining us, and Scott shares out all my stuff. I thank you guys in advance for sharing all of this out, because what Dave is going to drop on you is going to blow your freaking mind. When I talked to him the other day, I was like, dude, come on, man. No way. He's like, yeah. And I go, come on. So he's like, dude, bring me back on. Let's just talk about it. So here we are, man. We're going to talk about it. But so we did all of that. And then COVID hit. They closed the gym, and I even bought a Peloton bike. I don't know why I did, because I hate it. I'm sorry, but I hate it. It hurts my butt really bad to ride on the Peloton. But there's my brother, Mark Rodriguez. He loves his Peloton. But anyway, so, I'm always thinking, like, I was outside today playing with my 10-year-old girl, throwing the football and running around and having fun. And I was like winded, and I'm like, come on, man, I got to get it together. I should do a show tonight with some health nut.
Or some nut.
Or some nut. Right. But no, so I think obviously if you don't have your health, you don't have anything, man. You could be the richest man in the world. Steve Jobs being a perfect example. If you lose your health, man, game over. And so, it's really, I'm 53 years old. It's really on my mind. Like, okay, how do I get into a healthy lifestyle, lose this extra 20 some odd pounds and get into shape? And man, I'm looking forward to this. That's all I got to say, dude.
I love it. I love it. So let me just take you back to the beginning, give some people a little bit of a 30,000-foot view, right, of who I am, where I came from, and why in the world do you even want to listen to somebody that has the worst haircut in the world, right?
Right. Mine's getting there.
Right. Oh, man, never a bad hair day, though, my man. They can say what they want, but never a bad hair day.
That's right. That's right.
Bring on that humidity, baby. I'll be in Miami in 2 weeks. I got them all beat. So I'll bring it back to the beginning. So I've been an athlete my whole life. Okay. I started wrestling in the 4th grade. I was infatuated with my heroes weren't Superman, Batman, and those guys. It was the WWE guys, and back then it was WWF. The wrestlers, right? They were my heroes. So anything that had to do with getting big and strong, that was always been had got my attention. And growing up, I was actually the reverse of what I am now. It was always hard for me to gain weight. It was hard for me to pack on that muscle when I was younger. So I would eat whatever I wanted and I've been known for a crazy, crazy appetite. So that being said, again, my whole life has been working out. So it's never been hard for me to get to the gym. I love that. It's been my iron therapy my whole life, even up to this day. But where my Achilles heel came in is as I got older, into my late 20s, early 30s, is when my metabolism really started to slow down. And all the food
let's talk about that. That's bull crap. It does too, man. I remember people saying, no, you better watch it. That's going to catch up with it. It's when you get older, your metabolism is going to slow down, and it does, man. It's crazy.
It just hits you, right? It just hits you, and you don't even realize it until you start seeing people take pictures. You start seeing pictures, and you go, "Is that my buddy's uncle? Who is that?" It can't be me, right? There's no way that could be me, right? But never stop working out. But back in the day, I was a lot bigger. I competed in some local strongman contests. Loved the powerlifting, bodybuilding world, right? But it was the food that was my thing. And I tell people, I don't drink, I don't smoke, I don't gamble. I'm as boring as you can get. But when it came to comfort food, that was my vice. That was my vice. Had me by the throat. Always thinking about it. Always trying to get past that hump of that craving, right? That craving. And my whole life. So I'm going to take everyone back. I'm also a certified personal trainer through ISSA back in like 2006 and 7. I did some personal training on the side at my buddy's gym. And then when I came out to San Diego, I owned and operated a pretty successful sports nutrition store, right? Yeah. So again, been my world. Back then I was sponsoring some local MMA guys and boxers. So I was doing some sparring as well, and getting beat up pretty good. But again, that's right. That was my world. But still, the food was my Achilles heel. And when I go back, when I got done the powerlifting and the strongman, I needed to lose weight because I was carrying too much body weight for my frame. So I hated cardio. I hated it with a passion. So I had to figure out how to drop some lean out. Anyway, long story short, I put this program together for myself way back when, and got into boxing, got into sparring, and that helped me lean out. And then I went into the typical bodybuilder nutritional program, which was egg whites, tilapia, and dried chicken breast and broccoli. Did that, got lean, got shredded, got under 10% body fat, but it wasn't a lifestyle change for me because it wasn't going to be long term. I went back to what I knew and then blew back up. So that's been my roller coaster. Now, I'm 54. I'll be 55 in September. Since right as I started to approach 40, because that's always been my world, my jam, if you will, from that point for the last 15 years is to figure out, and I've been obsessed with, how do I turn that clock back internally? How do I keep turning that clock back internally? So for the last 15 years, or 14, I should say, I was always infatuated with that. So I'd try this and I'd do this, and some of that would work and some of this wouldn't work, but it was still the Achilles heel was the food. That always was my stopper.
Was it sweets and stuff like that?
So, to be really honest with you, if I had to pick between the two, it was always the grease, right? So the cheesesteaks the cheeseburgers, the fries, the pizza. That was my thing, right? Now, if you know a chocolate sundae, give me that. Give me chocolate chip cookies. But honestly, you put where I grew up in. My family's from South Philly, so a cheesesteak. You put that cheesesteak, baby.
Dude.
Listen, chili cheese fries, cheesesteak. I mean that, right? Look at us.
Yeah, dude. I'm
right.
about to get in my car and head to Philly. I'll see you later. Enjoy the show.
I'll tell you where to go too. I won't waste your time, my man. So that was always my Achilles heel. That was it. So fast forward the clock, and I tried to stay in good shape and strong and keeping that clock turned back for my age. And I get my blood work done throughout the year. So, you know, again, I have a pretty good gauge. So now, this time last year, Ken, I'm on my treadmill. I do like a 10-minute, I have a whole morning program, and I'm just doing 10 minutes on the treadmill and get real light to get the blood going and oxygen going. And it hits me. And I go, I know I can do better. I know I can take this to another level, right? I'm going to be 54 because it was this time last year. I'm going to be 54 in a few months. I don't know what it is, but I know I can do better. So I said, you know what? I'm going to put a 90-day program together for myself, a nutrition and a workout. And that's all I knew then, right? But I did know that I needed to redo my workouts to full body workouts, right? And low weight, high reps, and keep it moving. That much I did know. And at the time, I was mainly keto, except for a cheat day, which sometimes turned into a cheat weekend, right? Yeah. And when do you hear this? This is going to blow you. This is going to, I'll share the one story with you. But so I'm coming from keto. So I'm like, okay, how do I tweak this? What do I do? So I started to educate myself. I started to overturn stones. And now I have all my ducks in order coming into August.
Did you see Victoria's comment there?
Yeah. Trust me. Wait till you hear this story. Victoria, we're right here, girl. Wait till you hear this story. So I'll jump right into it. This will give context about my eating habits. And when I go back home, everyone knows me by the amount of food that I eat, right? Wow. It's a joke. It's a running joke, right? So I decided August 19th, I was going to start this 90-day program. I finally got all my ducks in a row. And I got this program that seemed to make sense from the outside. Okay. And August 19th was a Monday. You know, it's always I started on Monday, right?
Yeah.
Right. We've all been there.
Yep.
So now Sunday is my cheat day. And I'm telling you, Ken, from the time I wake up to the time I go to bed, it is food coma city. Wow. So one dessert from one meal, myself, a dozen raised donuts.
A dozen what?
Raised donuts.
Okay. Wow.
So out here in SoCal, they have these things called raised donuts, and these things are about that thick, that big. A dozen myself. That was one dessert.
Wow.
Yeah. So okay. So what I learned when I was overturning the stones is, and I want everyone to understand something. I wanted to educate myself. So I didn't care where that took me because my goal was to look better and feel better. And I knew that I could do that. I knew I could take myself to another level. I didn't know where this was going to take me. So I want everyone to understand something. Wherever my information took me, that's where I would go. So if it took me to vegan, vegetarian, South Beach diet. Hey, that's it, my man. That's it.
There it is.
That's it, baby. And I got that down to a science. Those Ray's donuts, 2 bites.
No way, dude.
Yeah, I squeeze them long ways and just 2 bites, baby. 2 bites. It was.
Dude,
yeah.
They look good. Let's hurry up. I'm gonna go get a dozen. I'm kidding.
So wherever this information took me is where I'm going, right?
Yeah.
So if it was vegan, if it was vegetarian, it didn't matter to me. Where did it make the most sense?
Yeah.
And by far, not even close, not even a second place was carnivore. Straight carnivore. There is nothing on this planet that I'm aware of that packs more nutrients than organ meats, which is liver, spleen, kidney, heart, okay? And then right underneath that is the muscle meats, the ribeye, the New York, the porterhouse, right? With the animal fats. I would say right after that would probably be like a grilled salmon, right? Because here's what and not only that is I didn't realize, here's what I wasn't ready for, Ken. I'm a keto guy, right? So that means protein, animal protein with some salads, some greens, some vegetables, right? Yeah. Here's what I wasn't ready for. Sunday, I ate like an absolute animal, right?
With the donuts.
That was just one dessert, right? That just happened to be, after my one meal with, I probably had a few double cheeseburgers, and I just did a video on this. Ready? When I go through a fast food drive-through, right?
Yeah.
And I'll share people how easy this becomes a lifestyle. But when I go through a fast food drive-through, they always give me multiple forks and knives, and it's just me. So I went to In-N-Out the other day to get the Flying Dutchman, they're called, but they're double cheeseburgers without the bun and all that. And the girl goes, I think I got 5 or 6 of them, right, myself. Oh, and the girl goes, how many forks and knives? I go, yeah, just one. She goes, oh, okay. I go, yeah, I'm just gonna go around the building and sit outside. So,
oh my God.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah. So I did a few videos on that. Why do they keep giving me all these?
Is that healthy, man? That sounds like you're trying to cause a heart attack or something.
But here's my thing. We've been so misled, Ken. We've been so misled. And I have MDs that back all this up.
Really?
Yes. Here's what I tell people. I put this 90-day program together last year, and here's what I wasn't ready for. I wasn't ready for, on Sunday, I ate like a complete animal. On Wednesday, I woke up with a fog lifted off, a mental clarity where I'm in my kitchen by myself at 5 o'clock in the morning going, holy shit. Holy shit. I feel really good mentally and like an overall wellness. Now, fast forward the clock to the end of the week, Friday, Saturday, zero cravings. Never in my life have I ever experienced that as a little kid all the way up. Never in my life have I experienced no cravings. I went 120 days without any cheat meals because I didn't want them, not because I was forcing myself. And so now,
but a craving for what? I'm sorry to interrupt. I'm not sorry to interrupt.
No, we need the questions. A craving
for what? I have this tendency of people love to send me stuff, man, and I'm very, very grateful for it. But these little cinnamon gummy things, man, pure sugar, right?
Yes.
Those are really good for you, I heard.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, but I mean, so I'll get like, I'm starting to get a headache, or I'll get hungry, and I'll pop open that thing and pop a few of those, and it'll stop. So when you say cravings, what kind of cravings are you talking about?
Any type of junk food, any type of processed food, any type of carbs, simple sugars. My cravings literally stopped in their tracks, and I'm not the only one. This is norm. But I'm going, why? Why? Now I need to figure out why, right?
Yeah.
Here's why. When you take in the animal protein, especially red meat, okay, there is so many nutrients packed in there that your body has, and you're not doing the carbs and the simple sugars, right? Your body is constantly feeling full because it has the nutrients it's needing to bring you through that day, and you don't have the insulin spikes, and you don't have the cravings. Here's what I tell, this is how powerful this is, Ken. What I tell people, I was just on a call today, and a lady joined the 90-day program, Primal Power Lifestyle. Here's what I tell people. I said, you give me 1 month unconditional, follow my lead, 1 month. Not only are you going to feel unbelievable, not only are you going to start to look really good and people are going to comment, but here's what's really going to happen, Ken. You're going to get pissed off. You're going to get really angry.
Why?
Because you've experienced how bad, how controlling, how toxic the processed food, simple sugars, and carbs truly are. Because you will actually be, if you follow my lead to the T for 1 month, you will literally be set free. Here's what I told people when I was in the middle of this program, and people were asking me, what are you doing? And here's the best way for me to describe it. I said, if I had kids or grandkids, I would do everything in my power to get them off the processed food and the simple sugars. That's how powerful this is. You will actually be pissed off.
So, okay. All right. So, and by the way, anybody in the audience, if you have questions, put them in there for real. But so you're saying all processed foods. So what about, you got to eat your greens. You got to eat kale.
No,
dude, kale. Everybody knows kale's good for you.
Exactly. That's the problem, right? We've been fed such a line of bullshit, and it's backed up. There is nothing on this planet that has more nutrients than organ meats, and then right after that is muscle meats in the red meat world. In the animal protein world. Now, when you combine that with the animal fats, here's what happens. You become a furnace. Right? Your body's using the animal fats as energy, and it's using the animal protein as muscle building, a muscle building component. So now, back in the day, here's what I love about this, and some of the doctors that I've learned from. Here's what I love about this. It crushes all the bro science, right, that I grew up with. All the guys in the gym that said, you can't build lean muscle, and you can't put muscle on and lean out at the same time. Yes, you can. I'm doing it.
What about chicken and turkey? And
so turkey, you might as well just put that off to the side, right? When it talk about nutrients, if you're going to eat chicken, which I do now, dark meat with the skin on it, because you're going to get the animal fats. Here's how beautiful and easy this is. You ready? There's no macros. There's no micros, right, to count. There's no food to weigh. Here's the deal. This is how simple it is. If you feel hungry, eat more animal protein. If you feel tired, eat more up your animal fat. That's how simple it is. And because your body is feeding from the right nutrients, you actually, and this isn't just me, this is everyone that does this, you default in the intermittent fasting. You don't feel hungry. So you default. I fast without any like struggle, zero struggle for between a 16 and 18-hour period.
Wow.
By default.
Okay, so the other day during our private conversation on the phone, you said you can tell by the whites of their eyes if they're healthy or not. And now I'm obsessed with my freaking eye whites, man. I'm like, crap.
Well, so three things you get from the outside: the whites of your eyes, your skin, and your ankles. I just did a pic the other day of my ankles, and the veins are showing. People are like, "What because think about this, right? What happens to diabetics? They lose limbs because there's no circulation. There's no circulation. There's no movement, right? So when you look at people's ankles, the whites of their eyes and their skin, then if you even want to go further, their gum disease or so.
Okay, so hang on. Let's ask. Dude, you're getting worked up, but I'm getting worked up here, man. I'm ready to go kill a cow real quick. I'll be right back. So what? Okay, so what about vegetarians? That's my question. But Theodora says, say that again. If you're tired, you said a couple of things.
So if you're hungry, you up your animal protein. If you're tired, if you're feeling sluggish, you up the animal fat. That's
like
it.
What you just like? How like what? Okay, what do you eat? Like, do you drink? What do you do?
No. It's all whole food. So whole eggs, real butter, steak, ground meat, grilled salmon, because it's got the fat in it, right? If you're going to eat chicken, dark meat with the skin on it, that's it. Now, here's the other thing about the carnivore that's was so interesting to me.
Is like it KFC, would that work?
Well, the grill.
Okay.
With the skin on it, right?
Okay.
Or a rotisserie, preferably the dark meat because it's got the higher fat content. So,
okay.
Yes, real butter. Exactly, Victor. Real butter. So, I just lost my train of thought. But
sorry.
So that's everything in a nutshell. Oh, so when I was doing my research on carnivore, okay, Mr. Joe Rogan did it for 1 month. Now I don't know if a lot of people, and it's on a show. I can send the video. I don't know if a lot of people know this, but Joe Rogan has a skin disorder similar to Michael Jackson's. Okay. You ready? 1 month. 1 month on carnivore, it cleared up. 1 month on carnivore. Wow. This is Joe Rogan on his show, right?
Wow.
Jordan Peterson, his gum disease cleared up.
Wow.
That's internal. There's nothing topical that does that, right? That's internal. That's real, right? Wow. Here's the other thing about carnivore. It's the ultimate elimination diet, okay? What that means is you do a month, 2 months, preferably 3 months, but 1 month or 2 months on just straight carnivore. Then if you want to start adding things in, now you're going to know instantly how your body reacts. For me, a few months ago, I started to add in vegetables, salads with my steaks and my meat. All of a sudden, Ken, my cravings start to come back. All of a sudden, I'm looking for, I also added in some fruits, right? Fresh fruits. All of a sudden, my cravings, I'm thinking, Sunday, man, what am I going to eat? And I'm like, wait a minute. Why is this happening? I took them out. Now, this is my chemistry, right? I took them out, gone. Sleeping like a baby. Sleeping like a baby, right? So when you could start that as your foundation and you start to get into that REM sleep state consistently, now you're going to win. Now you're going to win, right? This thing called life. Right.
What about I mean, dude, it's like, It's like being a vegan. Okay, so there was this when I was out in Vegas. I had this couple come out to do business with us, and this huge dude that played in the NFL for 11 years. I'm talking like I forget 6'7", I think, and at one point he was like 400 pounds almost. He was a lineman and big dude, man, and we were going to take him out for a steak dinner, and he's like, nope, I'm a vegan. I'm like, you're a vegan? Like he was down to like 300 pounds and built lean, very lean. Right. And he's like, yeah, he goes, I went vegan and lost 100 pounds and blah, blah. I mean, I was like, for real. I've never like, so what about the people who are vegan or vegetarian, maybe, or, you know, there's all these different variations, right? So
look, at the end of the day, right, everyone can decide what they feel is best for them, but let's really go back to science. Let's go back to the real facts, and the real facts are this: there's nothing that has more nutrients in it than red meat. That's just a fact. That is a fact, and you cannot there's no debate. There's just no debate to that, right? So and here's the other thing, people, I want people to understand is I get my full blood work done, panels throughout the year, right? So there's no guesswork either for me with that. And there's a few people that I want people to follow. Okay, Dr. Ken Berry, an MD.
Oh, geez, lies. Oh, he's an MD.
Lies that the doctor told me, right?
Yeah,
awesome stuff. But Dr. Sean Baker, Dr. Ken Berry, Dr. Salandino, Dr. John Jackwish, right? They will take not only will they give you the facts, but they will back them up with scientific studies and their own personal stories. There is nothing like red meat. There's just nothing like it. And I'm just living proof of that, man. So now with this program, I needed to put together a workout that's going to be conducive. Because at the end of the day, when you're 40 years old and older, male or female, unless you're competing for an actual specific sport, we all have the same goal: lean, hard, athletic muscle, because that's what turns the clock back. Here's the problem that women run into in their 40s and 50s, 60s.
And I want you to address Theodora's question that I've left up on the screen there too, if you have any. And
I have blood cancer. Would you talk about that? I just don't know enough. I wouldn't even go down that road to say that I know anything about that, right? But when you connect with a Dr. Berry, a Dr. Baker, Salandino, now you're going to get into a world, right? That's going to be people that will have some real answers for you once they get context of where you're at.
Right.
That's not my world. I'm not going to pretend it is.
Yeah.
So the workout, right?
Yeah.
I had to put something together that was conducive. Here's the issue that women fall into is 40, 50, 60. They lose lean muscle and they lose bone density like crazy. When you're going through the change, like crazy. So when you can start to build lean muscle and the bone density, now you're going to turn that clock back internally. And it's all hand in hand. It's all a domino effect. And what happens is a lot of times women, they wait till they're in the menopause, and then they look around, they go, oh my God, I don't know, what do I do? Now you've just dug a hole. Doesn't mean you can't get out of that hole, but why wait for that? And men go through the change like women, but a much longer window. So it seems it doesn't seem as impactful as it does for women for the most part.
Right. Wow. So Yeah, I mean, my wife and I are both in our early 50s, and to say, "Oh no, I'm as good as I've made some changes recently. I've been trying to, I hate saying I've been trying to, but I have been avoiding as much carb intake and trying to stay away from the gluten stuff. I'll order a pizza, but it's only a gluten crust or gluten free, like a cauliflower crust or something like that with meat, which I'm sure you don't recommend.
Well, here's the thing, though, Ken, is if you gave carnivore this lifestyle one complete month, you wouldn't have any cravings. You wouldn't even actually look for that. You wouldn't look for the sweets. Your body is going to be feeding from the nutrients it's been starving for. And look, at the end of the day, we go back, it's just bringing us back to our primal roots, man. Look, at the end of the day, those cavemen were not eating kale. They were not eating, they didn't even know if those berries were going to be poisonous, right?
Right.
But they were certainly eating meat, and they were certainly eating animal protein and animal fat, right? So this is, I just, what blew me away is how could I go from keto to carnivore and feel like this in 3 days? I wasn't ready. Like, I was absolutely floored at how I felt. Now, here's the other interesting part. I did this for the physical, right?
Yeah.
As a month, not even a month into this, the physical became a secondary byproduct because of how good I felt, how good I'm sleeping, how clear my mind was.
Wow.
No fog. Unbelievable, dude. Yeah. I mean, look at me. I'm 54, right?
Yeah.
I'm ready right now to go outside, just run around the house. Like,
wow.
It's, I worked all day. I've been on the road. I just got back. I'm up between 4:30 and 5:30 every morning without an alarm.
Wow.
Yeah. So that's
I'm up at that time going to the bathroom.
and here's the thing. Here's ultimately what happens if you follow this lead for 1 month. You're going to be pissed. You are going to be pissed. Yes.
Wow.
It's complete poison.
Mary Riley says Dr. Dean Ornish plant eating program covered by Medicare is the only program that reverses heart disease, I'm told.
Yeah, well, you need to do some more research.
Yeah.
It's a fact. It's just, and again, I'm not everyone does what they believe, but at the end of the day, the facts are there's nothing more nutritious than red meat. But the problem is the American diet, when you combine that with the simple sugars and the carbs, that's when it becomes a toxic poison.
Yeah.
It's just a fact.
So do you ever do any sweets, or you just don't crave them at all? You don't?
I don't crave them.
Wow.
I can't, like I said, we're looking at a guy that doesn't raise donuts for one dessert. That was only halfway through the day. I still had 6 more hours to go, Ken. And it was ugly, right?
Wow.
How does this help me gain weight? Right. So
I'm an ectomorph.
Okay. So what is going to help you gain weight is the animal protein, the animal fat, along with a full body resistance training workout. So can I tell you, Ken?
Talk about the workouts a little more, because
can I tell you that Peloton bike, the cardio, you don't need it.
I hate it.
Not only don't you need it,
dude, I hate it.
Well, because it's counterproductive. You're not building. It's tearing down lean muscle. It's not building up. The only thing that's going to build up lean muscle is animal protein, animal fat, along with resistance training, quick, intense to failure, right? So
high intensity, right?
Yes, quick. So I put together a workout A, workout B. Okay, workout A is Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Workout B is Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, 15 minutes.
Wow.
And you're hitting every body part 3 times a week from your calves up. And I've been doing this since August. No weights, no gym. And I would crush, I'm 54. I would crush my 34-year-old self in the gym right now.
Really?
Yes. And I get my blood work done. So there's no guessing. I just got it done a month and a half ago, went over with my doctor. My numbers come back as a 30-something-year-old guy. Yes. There's no guessing, right, with any of this, because I geek out on it. I geek out on how do I turn this clock back? How do I get better quality of life? And here's what's happening, Ken. You ready? It's all comes back, and if anybody's going to get this, you are. You ready?
Yeah.
All this that I just shared with you, when I meet with people, like I just had a meeting today, and a lady joined the program. I'm going to get a little more into the workouts and the whole program, but here's what happens, especially women, single moms, single women, running households, running other people's businesses and running their own businesses, right? They keep putting themselves last. They keep eating last. And here's what I said to her today. I said, Mary, you're never going to win with that. And she looked at me. I said, because you're going against nature. She goes, what do you mean? I said, well, first of all, whenever you want an answer in life, look at nature. They're going to give you the answer right away, right? So here's what you're the alpha. You're the leader of your pack. If you don't eat first, the chances of your pack surviving are very slim. So when you can eat first, now the survival for your pack. But let's go a little bit deeper. I said, Mary, I said, not only should you eat first, not only should you put yourself first, you're entitled to that. And she looked at me, Ken, and she looked at me a little confused, a little bewildered. I said, let me explain what I mean. I said, Mary, you're entitled to, just a 52-year-old lady, right?
Yeah.
You're entitled to sleeping through the night. You're entitled to waking up not sore, not beat up. You're entitled to living your life with clarity, without a fog. You're entitled to walk around with lean muscle and feel very proud about your body. So, Mary, now that you know that you're entitled to that, what's this all map back to after I just spoke with you for an hour? It all maps back to this, your self-image. You can build it up, you can tear it down, but you cannot outperform it. It always comes back to that. And when I said that, Ken, it hit her. I could see her face. And she goes, I am entitled to that. I said, now let somebody show you how to obtain that. And then as you start to obtain it, you start to believe that you are entitled to this. People, Ken, they don't have any definition of quality of life. If you're 50 years old, if you're 40 years old, if you're 60 years old, if you're 70 years old, and you can't walk up a flight of stairs without being winded, you can't bend over and tie your shoe, or you can't run around with your grandkids, you're entitled to a better life than that.
Wow. Dude, that's freaking powerful, man. Do they check cardiac enzymes in your blood panel?
I'd have to look. I'd have to look at because it is a full blood panel. I'd have to look, and I can let them know. But you know, again, if you get that done, if that's something that, but I get it. I do get my blood work done probably 3 to 4 times a year and full blood panels. So yeah,
wow.
Yeah, man. But
Mary is asking, factory farming, is this morally right? I don't know what that means. Factory
farming. You know, now we're going to get into, you know, and I know, you know, vegans and vegetarians talk a lot about, you know, what's morally right. Okay.
Yeah.
And Ted Nugent on Joe Rogan made a great point. If you are a vegan and you are an animal lover, and I am a carnivore, and I am an animal lover, the question is, does rabbits and squirrels and rodents fall into that category for you? Because if they do, Ken, the amount of farming that takes place to clear fields for lettuce and vegetables, just millions and millions of deaths, right?
Yep. Millions.
Now, let's put this into context. Dr. John Jackwish said this, and he's so on point. He said, I'm carnivore. He said, if I eat maybe I can eat 400, 500 pounds of meat in a year. He's about my size, 220, 225 pounds, 6 foot, 5'10", something like that. He says, if I eat between 400 and 500 pounds of meat, that's one steer.
Wow.
How many salads are you consuming? How many pieces of vegetable are you consuming? How many pieces of fruit are you consuming? How many deaths does that map back to? Now, this isn't about making anybody feel bad, because he also said, and this is so on point, when we as humans need to eat and produce, there is also going to be deaths.
Yeah. It's that.
You can find a way around it. I mean, there is no way around it.
And now, you said this to me the other day, because we talked about the kale thing, and you were let's see, how do I put this? You were very passionate about your opinion on kale and its nutritional value. Right. What is in your? I'm sure you've heard this, read this, studied this, whatever. What is the nutritional value of kale?
I don't know what that is off the top of my head, but here's the thing I want people to know or understand what I'm really saying is all I'm saying is there's nothing that compares to red meat. And if you give this one unconditional month, just 1 month, and then you want to start to add things in, you will know how your body reacts, whether or not you have a allergic reaction. I must have some sort of reaction because my cravings came back with just salads and grilled vegetables, Ken, and some blueberries and strawberries. Yeah.
Wow.
Almost instantly. So what I'm saying to people is you can't debate the nutritional facts when it comes to the red meat compared to everything else. You decide to do this for 1 month, 2 months, then you start to add in, you will know instantly. But with the normal diet, there's just no way. You can't.
Do you get a hamburger with no condiments on it?
I'll get a burger. Now you can do dairy as well, cheese. And you just want to make sure, like I drink coffee in the morning. I do heavy cream. I do heavy whipping cream because it's got very low sugar content, but it's also got the fat. So I'll do I can't do the black coffee. I hate it, and I love coffee. So
I love black coffee.
Yeah.
But what about like if you go to like you said you went to In-N-Out the other day? Are you ordering just plain hamburgers and that's it?
Yeah.
No ketchup?
No ketchup. No
mustard?
No condiments.
No mustard?
No, mustard's good. There's no sugar content.
Okay.
Yeah, there's no sugar content.
Cheese?
Yes. So you can do cheese. Now, if you're really splitting hairs, the natural cheeses are going to be better with the cheddar versus the American, because American is processed. But overall, dairy within, as long as you're paying attention to the sugar intake. But so now here's how easy this gets. If you want to maintain lean muscle, the rule of thumb is 1 gram of animal protein per body weight, right? Per pound.
Okay.
So if you're 200 pounds, 200 grams of animal protein in that eating window.
In a day or per?
In that window, whatever your window is that day of eating.
Okay.
Yeah. And then if you want to build lean muscle, the rule of thumb is like 1.5 grams of
Wow.
protein per body weight. But here's what you're going to feel 2 days, 3 days into this, depending on how you work coming in. Less bloated. And let me back up a second. The other facts are processed foods, simple sugars map to anxiety and depression. No, there's not even a debate about that either, right? When you start to take them out of your diet, that's where that mental clarity comes in. They're the things, Ken, that I say at the end of my month, I was pissed. I was pissed. I'm like, this is pure poison.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm pissed. Think about this. I don't know the exact number, and people can check me on this, but I believe we're in the 90-something% range. 90-something% range of type 2 diabetes versus type 1. Now, if people don't understand, type 1 is what you're born with. Type 2 is a lifestyle. 90-something%, Ken.
Wow.
90-something%. That means it's all based on your lifestyle.
Wow. Dude,
that's what I'm saying.
Crazy.
Like a month into this, I go, the only way I can convey how I feel is if I had kids or grandkids, I would do everything I could to get them off simple sugars.
Mary says it's not the death of the animals, it's the conditions that the cows.
No question. Listen, there's no debate about that either, because you're talking about mass production. Now, if anybody comes on here and says, well, I like how they torture the animals, now you're talking about a different human being, right?
Yeah. Right.
So I don't know any carnivore personally that likes to torture animals. But the fact of the matter is, our reality is we live with mass production. Now, when you do know that your body is going to thrive much better on the red meat versus not, my question to you is, when you know that you have to eat first, and the better you make yourself, the better everyone else around you could be, what's the answer? And only you can answer that for yourself.
Wow.
But it really comes down to this, Ken. So I put together this 90-day program called.
Hold on. What about sushi? Pam's asking about sushi.
You got it. What's in sushi? It's got the rice. It's got the simple sugars, right? It's got the condiments. You know, it's that's it.
Fish.
Yeah. So if you want to take out the raw fish, now is it really sushi, right?
Right.
I mean, that's what it comes down to, right? Is and there's a lot of you go on YouTube and find all kinds of recipes. But more importantly, what I want people to do on their own, don't take my word for this, go on to YouTube. If you're a woman, go on to YouTube and Google or search women and carnivore. Go on. If you're a man, go on to YouTube and search carnivore and listen to results and listen to feedback from people that have no ulterior motive. They're not selling products. They're not selling programs. They've just done this. And when you hear their health results and their feedback, it's not even close. You don't need carbs. You don't need carbs.
It is funny though. Think about, and I know you already know this, but think about, because I'm a recovered alcoholic with 19 years sober almost, and I'll tell you something, man. When I first quit drinking, I was trying to negotiate, like, okay, but can I still like have the occasional glass of wine, or can I have, what about near beer? It's only got a tiny bit of alcohol. What about, I was and then eventually I realized by going through the process that how about like no alcohol is going to make me less of an asshole and keep me out of trouble and make the world a better place. So that's how it works for me. But I think that, and I see like Pam, I'm sure Pam's skinny as a rail and great shape, but like I wonder how many people, Dave, are like, well, okay, but can I still have carbs once in a while? Can
But
I have a donut every now and then? Or, you know,
and you're making a great point, right? Because you tied that in with alcoholic, which is an addiction. Think about this. Why are you asking those questions? Because it's an addiction.
it's an
Right?
addiction. It
It's an
is. I
addiction.
see it in my own life, in my
We do.
house.
Yes, it's an addiction. So
Sugar,
what?
carbs.
So what do you do with an addiction? You address it, right? You first of all you say yes, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
Hi, I'm Ken. I'm a carbaholic.
And Ken, I used to say that in a joking way. I'd say, "My name's Dave. I have a problem, and
Yeah.
comfort food has me by the throat." Right?
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
it is an addiction. That's
Yeah.
why these questions are being asked. So that's a great point that people have to understand how you tied that in. Right?
It's
But
tough, man. Like I'm not kidding. Like we're sitting here talking. You think I'm kidding about? I've
no,
got a freaking Dunkin' Donuts
I
and a
know,
Tim Hortons
I
less
know,
than a mile from my house.
I
Both
know,
of them.
I
Like,
know.
dude, I can leave here right now and be all
Exactly.
donutted up in like no
Yeah.
time.
Yes. It's an absolute addiction, and because it's so accessible, all right? It's in our face constantly. That's why I could never get it off of me. It was
Yeah.
that it was unbelievable. But the carnivore is the only thing that did it.
Look,
Yeah.
Colleen's
You know,
a dear friend of mine. Look at this. She cut out anything white,
yeah.
no flour, no dairy, no sugar, and she lost 38 pounds. And I'm telling you, she's a good friend of mine. She looks spectacular. I mean,
Right.
just amazing now.
Right. So, but my question though then is, where are you getting your nutrients from, and are they top of the food chain? That's the next question, right? Because at the end of the day, Colleen still wants and will thrive on lean muscle. So are you doing resistance training 3 to 4 times a week minimum? Are you doing the right resistance training 3 to 4 times a week minimum, right? And are you taking in where are you getting your protein from? Because that's what builds lean muscle. That's what turns the clock back.
And you're saying it's red meat. Like you got it. You got
not even close, man.
And when we say red meat, you're not talking about like cutting it off it can be cooked, fully cooked, right?
Oh yeah, no, it's a piece of steak, right? It's ground meat, whole eggs. See, we were lied to about in the bodybuilding world about egg whites and tilapia, right? We're throwing out all the nutritional value because the yolk is gone. The problem is when you're eating hash browns with that yolk and you're eating toast with that yolk, that's where the problem comes in. The traditional American diet. Yeah.
Healthy protein, carbs, and fat, she says. And PFC every 3 hours. I don't know what that is.
Listen, if it's working for her, great.
Yeah.
That's, I mean, all that my thing to come on was to share my story.
Yeah.
And talk about the facts. And the facts are there's nothing more nutrient based. And why are the cravings gone? Because your body's feeding from the right nutrients and the right animal fat, the right animal protein. That's what it comes down to. And I wanted to share my story because there's probably not a lot of people that are going to come on here or view this that in one meal can eat a dozen raised donuts for one dessert. And then 2 hours later, eat again, right? And then 2 hours later, eat again.
Wow.
That was me. In 3 days, my cravings were gone. The clarity I just, again, I wasn't ready for this. I was not ready for this. Yeah. Wow. So it's going to be a year in August that I don't. So my thing was, okay, this is blowing me away. Now I'm past my 90 days. I feel awesome. I got these before and afters. But
I'm going to show, I have one of those pictures pulled up. You said,
you do?
Dude. Let me see if this works. That's it, right?
Yeah. Yeah. So the one on the right obviously is the before, and then the one in the middle and the one on the left. I think the one in the middle might be 30 days or close to 60 days, and the other one might be 90 days, something like that. I forget in that area. But yeah, I just and I'm 54 years old there.
Wow. Dude, it looks like you need to work out a little.
I got to get in the gym, man. I got to. But those after pictures, I want everyone to understand 15-minute workouts done in the morning. Now I move on with my day.
15 minutes.
15. Boom, boom, boom. So I want people to know this too. We didn't launch it yet, but and I'll let you know, Ken, when we launch, I'm going to open up a private Facebook group. I'm going to go live every single morning with my workout so you can follow along, or it's going to be recorded every 6 days a week, man.
Wow.
15 minutes done. No cardio. You see those afters? Zero cardio.
How do you, but what about the breathing and getting your lung capacity up and all of that?
So when you work out correctly, right? Now, the other thing I did is I bought this workout product called X3 by Dr. John Jackwish, which I mentioned him, right? Yeah. It's bands. It's bands with a bar. The guy is an absolute genius. He's changing the health and fitness world. Dude, Ken, this guy we're on Instagram now together, right? And we go back and forth. He is an absolute genius. The workout programs that I have, the A and B, I took from his foundation and I tweaked them, right? But dude, the X3 bands, and when you hear him talk, I love him because he crushes all the bro science. He's like, no. Let me share with you real facts.
What's his name again? Dr.
John Jackwish.
Jackwish?
Yes. I'll tell you right now.
Is he on YouTube?
Oh man, dude. Yeah. YouTube and Instagram.
Dr. John. Oh, is it Jaquish?
Yes.
Argues that weightlifting is a complete
waste of time.
And
cardio. But wait do you see the shape this guy's in his late 40s, early 50s, whatever he is?
Holy crap. Is that him?
Yeah.
Hold on. Let me share
this with you, Ken. You ready? When he put when he invented this piece of equipment 3 years ago, he said he needed to put a nutritional program for his clients so they get the best results. He did all of his research like I did. He came back with the same thing and he said, nothing compares to carnivore. Nothing compares. Now, you ready for Dr. John Jackwish? His first business, he invented an osteoporosis machine because his mom had bone density problems. That this machine that I forget the percentages, but it builds bone density, crazy numbers. And his business partner is Tony Robbins.
Really?
Yeah. This guy is an absolute genius, man.
Dude, I'm just gonna share the screen, show the YouTube stuff so people you can point out which one he is here real quick. So is that him right there?
Yep, that's him, and he has videos for every single exercise, explains what it's all about. So I've been using this piece of equipment since I launched this program. Now I use his 2 full body workouts, but I tweaked them, right? I've changed up some exercises that work better for me. But at the end of the day, 15 minutes, full body, and you hit every body part 3 times a week.
Wow.
And so your original question was about the conditioning, right?
Yeah.
Your cardio conditioning.
Yeah.
Ken, I'm going to tell you this. There, in the gym, in the cardio, I'm literally panting like a dog. So the key to this 15-minute workout is to hit between, he says 15 to 40, but I say 25 to 40 reps, right, to failure. So what that means is if you're doing standing curls, right?
I know what failure means.
Yeah. But what people don't realize, but check this out, right? For your audience, that means this. If you're doing 40 reps, that means this. 38, 39. So that means this. Here to here to here.
To where right? You can't, and then you're off to the next one.
Then you get your breath, like 30-second break. Then you go off to the next one. Boom, boom, boom. Now, here's the other thing that.
What about the treadmill?
Here's the other thing. You're breaking down lean muscle. You're not building.
Really?
Resistance.
Dude, I spent 45 minutes on the treadmill 2 days ago. You're telling me I'm wasting my time and killing myself.
Wasting your time. And that after picture of me with the stomach, zero cardio. Here's the other thing I learned from John. Working out in your bare feet or your socks, because now your body has to stabilize and the core gets engaged. Unbelievable, dude. Unbelievable. Yeah. So that's the workout I put together, and that's what I'm going to be sharing with people. But this guy,
look, Colleen says, "Come on, seriously? No carbs or fiber. No fiber, no carbs.
Don't need it." And I'm going to tell you something, Colleen.
Dude.
You commit to 1 month, you will not. All I'm saying is 1 month. You will not believe it. Yeah. Yeah.
Dude, I feel like I want to arm wrestle you right now. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding, dude. I'd never even try.
No,
so,
but I mean,
wow, man.
Yeah.
My mind is blown.
I still cannot believe it, dude.
Colleen said, I commit right now. And she said earlier, I want in on that Facebook group, y'all.
Okay, so Colleen, Ken will give you my contact. Just DM me on Instagram or Facebook, right? And we'll jump on a Zoom call.
Look, my money is on Dave. I'm telling you, I think that man, there's something to this, dude.
It's absolutely like I remember.
He's talking about if we arm wrestle.
Ken, can you bring up that little thing I sent you with the girl that just started this?
Was that in? How did you send that?
I think I texted to you.
Text?
I think so.
Oh, let me look. Hold on. Oh, yeah.
Are you able to share that or no?
Hang on. Yeah, I'll share it in just, I got to do one little thing here to get it on my desktop. Okay. Hold on. Yes, I'll share it. Hey, LinkedIn user. I'm not sure who that is exactly. Yeah, Colleen's mind is blown too. Dave, do you test your blood sugar?
Yeah. Yep.
Well, you're not eating any sugar. How could you have any in your blood?
That's part of my blood panel. Yeah.
Wow. Dude, that's crazy, man.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Hold on. It's opening. I'm going to share this in a second.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
this is.
So what Ken's going to share is a girl that just started this program, the nutritional part the other day, and she started the workout today, June 1st. 50 years old, single mom, thriving entrepreneur, and this is unsolicited feedback after like the third day.
All right, so here, let me share this. What's she said, what's your range?
I'd have to look on my last blood panel.
Okay, let me open this. Here we go.
So this was unsolicited the other day.
Sorry. There it is.
I think she was 3 days in to the nutritional part. Hasn't just starting to work out today, but this is her unsolicited feedback. My DM in IG. Her name is Alana, at 50 years old, single mom, single parent, and a thriving entrepreneur.
Wow. I'm keeping a diary even though I'm starting officially June 1st. I'm already feeling great. More energy and not hungry. Can't even eat my body weight. That's the grams of
Yep. The protein. Yep. No bloating. Yep.
So when okay, so how do you, like, now you're talking about stuff that always ticks me off about diets, man, and that is I gotta count shit. Like, why? What do I gotta? I don't like how many grams are in a 16-ounce steak.
They're gonna tell you when you buy it because that's how they charge you. So if you have a ribeye, right? They're gonna tell you
ounces though, right?
But they'll put on the thing like 1.3 pounds. Yep. Yeah.
Gotcha. Does
it doesn't have to be red meat. The reason it's red meat, if you could do 1 month of straight red meat, the nutrient based, how you're going to feel is going to be the biggest impact, right? Just like people ask me too, do I need to stop drinking alcohol? Here's my answer. The more committed you are, the better results. If you can commit to 1 full month straight on, follow my lead with the workouts and the nutrition, then you decide. So here's my deal, Ken. You ready? This is a 3-month program, $300 a month. You get me unlimited access, right? And email or message. And I prefer message because I can record so I don't have to type or text.
Text message or Facebook or what?
Yeah, Facebook, Instagram, right? Unlimited access to me, and you only commit to 1 month at a time, right? Because at the end of the day, if you don't feel like you're getting results, we just part ways.
Colleen said, "Let's go."
Yeah, so Ken can give you. Well, I guess Ken.
I've got both your cell phone numbers. I'll just group text you.
Yeah, do that or IG.
Well, yeah.
Or Facebook.
Or Facebook, yeah.
Any of the above. Yeah. But at the end of the day, here's my thing. It's a 3-month program. Do I want you for 3 months? Absolutely. But I only want you month to month. That's how powerful this is.
She said, I just want to lose the fat.
No, you want to build lean muscle. You do not. The fat, that's a byproduct. You want lean muscle because, Colleen, I'm going to yell at her now. Colleen, listen to me. You want lean muscle. Listen, that's all going to happen. But you want to focus on lean muscle and bone density. That's what turns the clock back from the inside out. When you start building lean muscle, you become a furnace. Everything starts to melt right off.
No kidding. Are you serious?
You become a furnace, Ken. You, like my before and afters, right? You become a furnace where the animal fat and the animal fat gives you the energy. The animal protein, along with the resistance training, builds lean muscle and burns fat at the same time.
So if I want, like, okay, so give me an example. So it's 2:00 in the afternoon. I'm starting to feel the afternoon tireds. You're telling me to go cut some fat off of a steak and eat it?
No. So what I'm saying is you want to eat the fat with the protein. So you just get a piece of meat, right? You eat a piece of meat or ground meat, right? Now,
so some meatballs. Meatballs.
Huh?
Meatballs.
No, you got to be careful because of the breading. Right?
Oh, well, there's breading in it.
You know, to keep them together.
Yeah.
But burger patties all day long, right?
Just a couple burger patties.
Here's one of my things that I love, dude. I do ground meat with whole eggs, cook them up, mix them up. Me personally, I can even eat them cold like that. I love it. But ground meat with whole eggs, oh man, it's
mixed together.
Yes. Oh my God. A little bit of hot sauce on there. Oh, dude, it's a beautiful thing, right?
Dude, hold it. You were raised in South Philly, man. Was there something in the water? I mean, what?
There definitely is, man. even the way I say it. When I'm out here in California, I go, yeah, can I get an ice water? And they look at it. They go, what? I go, can I get a water? They go, what?
A water. I told one of my best friends, Frank Cornetti, he just called me. He lives in Philly. He's from there, and he's the same way. He's like, hey, I need some water, and I'm like, what the hell's water? What is that?
Dude, this is the honest to God truth. This is a true story. So I got my sports nutrition store, right? I'm just brand new out there, right? A lady comes in from Orange County with her 2 teenage daughters, and she says, oh, I want to lose weight. I go, oh, I got this great protein for you, blah, 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 blah. So I said, so she's getting ready to check out. I said, listen, make sure you do it in water, not milk. And she looked at me. She goes, what? I go, make sure you do it in water, not milk. Ken, she looked at me like I was from Mars. Her daughter goes like this, Mom, he means water. I go, where am I? Where did I land? What happened?
Where did I land? Oh, Brandy's a health nut too. She's awesome. So, and Colleen says, teach me. Autumn says, I'm a doll. Thank you, Autumn. I appreciate your kind words. Thank you. Dude, I love this, man. We're going to talk some more, you and I offline, man. I'm in, I'm ready to, I want to, but see, my problem is like, I don't know what to eat, man. Like I gotta have it, but okay.
I take all the guesswork out, right?
You're like, just go kill a cow real quick. And
I take the guesswork out and I just say 1 month, right?
Yeah.
Out of your whole life, 1 month, if you can commit to this and you decide if this is for you or not, just 1 month. And I break it all down. The water that you need, the water consumption, and some other things that really help. Dude, it is. I'm telling you, Ken, you're gonna be pissed. You're gonna be. You're actually gonna be angry. Yeah.
Wow.
Because here's the thing, Ken.
I'm naturally pretty angry as it is.
Well, we're gonna get you even. We're gonna get you even more. No, but here's the other thing too. Is this, as far as I'm aware, right now? I could be wrong. If I'm wrong, everyone, please tell me. But I'm pretty confident in this statement. This is my only vehicle to get me through this lifetime that I'm aware of, right? So I can't trade this in. And most people that we talk to, interact with, are more concerned about the maintenance of their car than this vehicle here. And it's absolutely astonishing to me.
Yeah.
But what it comes down to, Ken, is self-image, right?
Yeah.
You and what your definition of quality of life is.
Yeah.
So when you can wrap your brain around, I'm entitled to sleeping through the night. I'm entitled to having less fogginess, more clarity. I'm
entitled, man. The fog.
Yep. The fog. But I'm entitled to this. When you can wrap your brain around this, right?
Yeah.
Now you start to build your self-image, and nobody knows more about that than you can, because I know that the people that in your inner circle, right?
Yeah.
Mark Victor Hansen, Grant Cardone, it's all about your self-image.
Yeah.
Everything, right? Starts and stops with your self-image.
And do I get some tats with this?
We're gonna ink you up, man. and sleeves are overrated, baby.
I love it, dude. That's freaking awesome, man. Oh, that's funny. Hey, here, what does Dave do for gut health?
Carnivore, right? Carnivore. Here's what's going to happen. Almost no gas. You're going to find that within a week, the gas issues go away. Now, again, here's the other thing. This is the ultimate elimination diet. A month or two in, to dabble in some stuff that you were before, and wait till you feel it instantly. Instantly. I have a
What do you
girl.
say when you say elimination? I'm thinking about, like, you mean going to the bathroom?
No,
Oh,
elimination meaning you're getting rid of all the carbs, the simple sugars, the vegetables, the fruits for a month or two. Now, if you want to add them in a little bit, you can and see how your body reacts. So you're eliminating everything except for animal protein, animal fat, preferably red meats.
I mean, dude, okay, so I hear people say, well, back in, you said earlier, the caveman days, but I mean, nobody knows what they ate. Nobody knows for sure. I mean, if you're a caveman and you find a field full of strawberries and you're like, let's try them, you're going to be like, damn, that was good.
Right. But let's ask this question.
We should grow some more of these.
But let's ask this question though. What makes more sense? Are they going to live more on the animal fat and protein, or the strawberries and are they going to come across them? Probably, right? Yeah, are they going to eat them? Probably, right? But really, what is going to be their foundational diet? My money is on animal protein, animal fat.
Chasing down a gazelle.
I mean, whatever it is, right?
Hey, I mean, my buddy made me this really nice knife. I'm going to head to Montana and find me a freaking elk or something. And
say, it,
Dave sent me.
That's it. That's it. You're in Ohio, right?
Yeah.
You can get some wild boar out there.
Yeah, we got all kind. Hey, we bought. I'll tell you what, man. The grass fed beef. Like, we bought a quarter of a cow. Dude, that is the best meat. I mean, it's unreal.
And I got great news for you. You know what's on this menu? What? You ready? Huh? You sitting down?
Yeah.
Real bacon, baby.
Bacon messes me up, man. I can't.
Because just if you do this for a month, then you incorporate bacon. Wait till you see.
So can I have pancakes with my bacon?
No, no. And all that gluten-free nonsense, right? Listen, all that marketing bullshit. Listen, but again, all kidding aside, I tell people, all you do is commit to 1 month and you decide. Yeah.
But what about, okay. I mean, look, man, for real, there's a huge push for the vegetarian and what's the other vegan. There's a lot. I mean, when I was in Vegas, when I lived in Vegas, every other person out there is freaking vegan. And I was like,
but Ken, you ready?
Save more steak for me. Thank you.
And but you ready? And you know this. Follow the money. Big pharma. Processed food. Right? There's nothing more processed than what do they call it? What's that vegan burger? They call it
a vegan burger.
Yeah, but they call it
that's what
like a fake burger. I forget, something like ridiculous, right? It's literally fake food. It's fake. Why is there such a war on red meat?
What about Tom's question? Can you eat pork?
Yeah, absolutely. And that's what I was saying. Bacon. It has the animal fat, the animal protein, right? If you're going to eat pork chops, eat the ones that grill them or fry them in real butter, right? And make sure you got the fatty ones, right?
Dude, you are like totally anti. Like, that's the opposite of everything. Like that they're putting on TV commercials, man.
I know.
They're saying, hey, stay away from butter. It's bad. It'll give you a heart attack and you're dead.
Right. But they're not. What they're forgetting, right, is the carbs and the sugars that are tied in with that create that perfect storm for an absolute train wreck, right? Yeah. And again, what is there? Follow the money, right? Big pharma processed food manufacturers, the increase, and I don't know what this number is, but I know it's astronomical in the last 30 years. Juvenile diabetes.
Oh, and cancer's freaking off.
Diabetes is wild, dude. Yeah. But type 2, if I'm correct, even close to that 90% mark, which I believe I am, you're talking type 2 is all lifestyle.
Wow.
You literally can turn that around. Yes. Wow. Yes. So resistance training the right way with animal protein, animal fat, that's the trifecta, man. That's the fountain of youth.
So you're just saying try it for a month. Commit for a month.
Now, here, let me be clear. I'm not saying dabble, right? I'm not saying let me just try this for 3 days and then go back. I'm saying fully commit for 1 full month, follow my lead, and then you decide. And wow. How can it be any fairer than that?
That's awesome, dude. Hey, Dave Daley. What's this program called again?
Primal Power Lifestyle, baby.
Primal Power Lifestyle.
Bringing you back to your primal roots, right? Now, people that know me, I have a dog supplement company. My main product is called Primal Power, right? Because we want it that enhances the commercial feed that the animals, the dogs, are going through the same bullshit, right? With the processed high heat manufacturing, because your wife was in that for a long time. We had an awesome meeting, right? And she knows better than anybody, right? So going back to our primal roots, and I tell people this, Ken, when you have a question in life, look to nature. You're gonna always get the right answer. Right? You're always our two most powerful parents. Father Time always tells the truth. Mother Nature, don't mess with her.
That's true.
Don't mess with her.
That's
right?
True.
She's way too powerful, man. Right?
Yeah.
So
wow.
At the end of the day, and if I'm going to leave your audience with this, is you actually are entitled to live a better quality of life.
Wow.
You're entitled.
Dude, this has been powerful. And we've had some people on here, like I think some people have been on here the whole time, which is really impressive. So that's incredible. I'm all in, man. I'm ready to commit. And so what do you like? You throw away all your processed foods and stuff? Like,
I mean, that would be, listen, that would be ideal, but this is so powerful that the red meat, the carnivore is so powerful that you really don't need to, because if you commit to this, the 3rd, 4th, 5th day into this, and like you're going to people, it's one after the other, like the lady Alana, one after the other, as long as you commit. Yeah. And and for the people that are going nuts right now, going, I don't want to give up my greens, I don't want to give up my vegetables, I don't want to give up my fruit. Nobody's saying you have to long term. What I'm saying is give this a month or two, because it's the ultimate elimination diet. You're eliminating everything except for animal proteins, animal fat. Then you can start to reintroduce. But when you reintroduce, you're going to know whether or not your body reacts correctly or not.
Right.
How much better, how much easier does that get?
Yeah.
I mean, that's complete clarity on what you should be eating, what works for your internal. And here's the thing, because this red meat is so fully condensed with the nutrients, and why am I feeling so good? Because it resets your whole clock, dude.
Yeah.
It resets your whole clock, man.
Yeah.
And almost instantly, we're talking 48 hours to 72 hours. A guy that came from keto, that's trained 6 days a week his whole life.
So you hold it. Were you in ketosis, or you had been in and out?
Well, I did keto, right? So that means the animal protein, kind of low animal fat, and then the vegetables and the fruits, right? But it never diminished my cravings. So here's how wild it is, Ken. If this was flipped and you were sharing with me what I'm sharing with you, you know what I'd be saying right now? I'd be going, Ken, that's awesome, dude, but you don't know me, man. You know, I eat a whole box of Ray's donuts for one dessert, brother. Like, I know that sounds great, dude, right? You look awesome, bro, but you don't know me. That's what I'd be saying in my head, right? My whole life, right? I'd be going, that's cute. That's cute. Right? You ready? I got a quick story for you. When I was married, my father-in-law at the time, so we're up in Vermont at their vacation home. I'm 23-year-old kid, right? Just meeting her parents. So we spent the weekend in Vermont. I wake up and I smell coffee and breakfast. He's down there cooking bacon and eggs, you know, regular breakfast. I come down, I'm sitting, and all of a sudden, there's a big mound of scrambled eggs, a big stack of bacon, and probably about a half of loaf of toast. We're going back. He's going in and out outside. He's smoking his cigarette, drinking his coffee, and we're talking. And he puts it in front of me. Next thing I know, after his third cigarette, I'm wiping the plate. He comes back out. He goes, "Oh, what happened?" He goes, "That was for the whole family." I said, "Oh, you put it in front of me. I thought it was my breakfast." He broke my chops for the whole weekend. He loved that. You know what he said? Because I'm like, I don't know. You put it in front of me. He goes, "Holy God." He goes, "Now we got to go get more food for the family before they wake up." He broke my chops for the whole weekend, right? We get ready to leave. He comes over to the car. We're pulling out of the parking lot because he loved to break my chops, right? Yeah. We were like this. We were like buddies. He was a ex Vietnam vet, First Force Recon.
Wow.
And 32 years on New Jersey State Police organized crime.
Wow.
Right. So he pops his head in the window when we're getting ready to leave. He goes, "Michelle," he said, "when you guys are going to come back?" And she said, "I don't know. I think probably the holidays." He goes, listen to me. Make sure you give me a heads up before you come out here. She goes, "Why?" He goes, "I got to save up money because I'd rather buy this guy a wardrobe than feed him."
Oh my God. Oh, that's funny, dude. That is funny. So, yeah, man.
This is coming from somebody that just loved to eat, dude.
Yeah, that's awesome. And now you said to me the other day that you don't even get, like, you're not hungry. Like you
well, there's no cravings, right?
Yeah.
Right. So here's my day today. I had my ground meat with my whole eggs in my container. I'm on the road and I ate them at 1 o'clock. It is now 6:34 here in SoCal. I won't eat for another hour, and I'll eat a New York strip and probably a few eggs. Then I go to bed, sleep like a baby, wake up, train, and then I won't eat till between 12 and 1 because I'm not hungry. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. Okay.
I know. I know.
We'll see.
Ken, I know. That's what I'm saying. If it was reversed, I'd be going, "That's cute, Ken." But
that's cute there, Mr. Muscle Guy. That's cute.
So, but if somebody is interested, hit me up. We'll jump on a Zoom. I'll answer any questions. And if you're interested in a full-on 30-day run, I will unlimited access to me via Messenger, DM, and we'll just keep tweaking it, and then you go from there. Yeah.
Look what Scott says. "This sounds awesome. I love animal protein. Not a big fan of vegetables. I'm always hungry still hungry if I eat lots of fruits and vegetables."
Right. And here's the other thing. If you're hungry doing the carnivore, you just have to eat more protein. That means so there's no snacking because you don't need it. It's yeah.
Really?
Yes. Yeah. Your gut, all the stuff that people are trying to sell you for gut and the drinks and the this and the potion, red meat, baby. Done. You go like clockwork.
Really?
Yeah. There's people on YouTube videos that are going, I'm in and out of the bathroom. Like, I can't believe it. Like, and that's the other thing. Go on YouTube. I encourage people to go on YouTube, do their own research. Where do you hear this feedback? You're talking, Ken, you're talking about major skin disorders in a month clearing up. And this is Joe Rogan. Like, this is like the godfather of podcasting, right? There was no reason for him to lie, to mislead. Yeah.
Wow.
Matter of fact, if anything, it's counterproductive because he's a partner in a supplement company called On It.
Wow.
Yeah. Jordan Peterson.
Who is that guy?
He's up in Canada. Ken, check this out. Jordan Peterson, Google him, right?
Yeah.
And I'll send you a clip of him and
Joe
Rogan.
You did. Right? I watched a lot. I didn't watch the whole thing.
Okay, but you're talking about gum disease reversing. That's internal. Skin disorders. That's internal, right? His daughter, that's how he got introduced to carnivore. His daughter, Michaela Peterson, built her whole brand the last 3 years around what carnivore has done for her. It's absolutely wild, man. There's 2 videos out there. There's one with a 17-year-old girl and then a 30-year-old Asian girl. The 17-year-old girl, Ken, was a vegan for 3 or 4 years, and she stopped getting her period. 6 months into the carnivore, it started to come back. 30-year-old Asian girl lost her period. 6-8 months into carnivore, it started to come back. That's all internal, man. You can't, there's nothing that, it's all internal. And now, when you start to feel this and experience it, the war on the red meat makes more and more sense.
Wow. Dude.
Yeah. Good stuff, man.
Hey, anybody that wants to talk to Dave, hit him up directly on Facebook Messenger. Just look up Dave Daley. You see it on the screen. And Colleen, I'll connect you directly. I'll do a text message with you and Colleen. She's awesome. You'll love her. And then anyone else that wants to talk to Dave, hit him up on Facebook Messenger. Instagram is at Dave Daley MM. Tell him what that stands for, dude.
Monster Motivator, baby.
So hit him up. This is I'm in, man. I want to talk. I want to have you and me and my wife get on a call and you talk to both of us. Let's
do it, man. Let's do it sooner than later. And I'd love to have you guys experience this. And Ken, I'm gonna are we connecting on IG now?
I followed you. Did you follow me?
I gotta go back on, after the show, I'll go on and I'll follow you because I'd love to do an intro with you and Dr. John Jackwish.
I'd love that, dude. I'd love that.
He would be an awesome guest, my man.
I'd love to have him on, man. I'll arm wrestle him too.
Yeah. But he would be an awesome guest. And I put it out there to your audience, Ken. If anybody, after what the content you've heard, my flavor, if you know any shows, I'd love to be a guest on them that you think, and really my audience is 40 and above.
Yeah.
So
that's awesome, dude. Yeah, we're gonna get you on some shows, man. This is powerful. I mean, you're gonna have a lot of pushback. I feel like there hasn't been that much in the comments tonight, but I feel like you're gonna get some pushback because I think people are programmed.
Yeah, and honestly, that's the only way. That's the only way you know you're making waves, right? That's the only way you know you're making noise is when you get that pushback.
You know what? Colleen's right. We should do a Clubhouse together, man. I've got a couple thousand followers on Clubhouse. We should.
I need to get an account. I don't have an account.
I'll send you an invite right now, dude.
Really? Okay.
You need to be on Clubhouse, bro. For real. I'll send you an invitation literally right now.
Okay.
So and
Colleen, you're going to connect me with?
Yeah, Colleen.
Okay.
Yeah. You'll crush it on Clubhouse.
And I could tell by her energy, wait till she starts to feel building lean muscle and what that's going to make her feel like, unbelievable. Unbelievable.
So you're saying that on women, they can lose that belly fat, they can lose
men,
all that,
men, women, because you're going to turn into a furnace, right? And the way that you lose weight the healthiest is to build lean muscle.
Okay.
That's why Dr. Jackwish is saying the cardio is useless, because he understands the scientific backing of how powerful lean muscle is. And what Colleen said, right, is, hey, I just want to lose weight and I want to lose the midsection. No, I want to change that conditioning for her. She wants to build lean muscle and everything else falls into place like a domino effect. But I want her to turn her clock back. I don't know how old she is. We'll find out. But I want her to turn her clock back from the inside out.
She's 78.
There you go.
No, she's not.
She's going to feel like 48.
She's going to kill me. She's going to kill me now. No, she's awesome. You'll love Colleen, man.
I can tell by her energy, man. Yeah. I love the interaction.
Yeah.
I love she uses as many exclamation points as I do. We're gonna work out just fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to meeting her.
Yeah, you're gonna love her. All right, so I'll connect you guys via text message. Stay on here. I'm gonna end the broadcast. Thank you to everybody. Dude, we've been on here an hour and 41 minutes. Holy crap. So everybody make sure you follow Dave on Instagram, on Facebook. I don't know if you're maxed out on friends or not, but no, dude,
we'll be all right. And then I got to connect on Clubhouse with you.
Yeah, I just sent you an invite, literally.
Okay.
It's in your text messages. So dude, we're going to do this again, man. We're going to do this again in 30 days. See,
that's
what we're going to do.
I'm telling, and so we'll get Colleen back on, right? I'm telling you, man.
We'll get her on with us.
Yes.
Yeah.
This is life-altering shit. I don't know what else to say. And it's nothing that I create. You know, the system, you know, the lifestyle, the 90-day, I created, but it's all taken from real stuff, man.
All right. There's some people watching right now that I know are going to be reaching out to you. They want to.
Yeah, let's do it, man. We're ready to make some changes, man.
I am going to take a before and after pic. I am.
And that's what I asked everyone to do. So the before, and if you wind up doing all 90 days, you do before, 30, 60, and 90. If you just do the 1 month, you do before and then 30, and that's it. So and I'm only asking people to commit to 1 month for a few reasons. If you're not all in, I didn't have kids for a reason. I don't babysit, right? It's just the truth, right? So
wow.
And for me, Ken, I only want people around me that feed me and not starve me. Yeah. So it's you're and if you're not all in, that's okay too. This isn't your time. But the other thing is, I think this maybe we can come back on too, and when I launch that private Facebook group, because I think that's going to be powerful, dude.
Yeah.
All
right, let's do it, man. Let's do it.
Thank you, my brother.
All right, thank you, dude. I appreciate this. I'm looking forward to it. Don't hang up on me. I'm going to end this. You guys all go follow Dave Daley and it's Dave Daley MM on Instagram. Go follow Dave.
Cool.
Guys, thanks, Dave.